Right, so pre-calculus 20, number 4, this is from 2.3, and the question is this. Now, if you guys got this question when you're doing your homework, that's great. Just make sure I'm doing it right here, okay? So determine the lengths of all 3 sides and the measures of all 3 angles. And this is called solving a triangle. So when you find all of the sides and all of the angles, that's called solving a triangle. All right? So we're supposed to solve each triangle. So right now, we know a few things, right? If it's a right triangle, we can use sine, cos, or tan to find angles or sides. These ones aren't right triangles. But we also know that angles of a triangle have to add up to what? 180 degrees. So we know that. So we can, if we're given 2 angles, like in B here, we're given 2 angles, guess what? First thing that comes to my mind, I can find C. 180 minus 42 minus 84. That gives me C. So we know that one. So we know those 2 things. The third thing is now the sine law, right? So the sine law says if you have a pair of an angle and its opposite side length, okay, if you have one of those and any other piece of information, you can solve for something. So you need one of those, like you need that pair to start using the sine law. So let's take a look at A. And I have an angle measure and its opposite side. That's perfect. I have another side given, so guess what? I can solve for angle C. So you want to use the 2 pairs, right? 2 of the pairs. So this is how it might look. I would go, now I want to solve for angle C, so guess what? I'm going to use this version where we have the sine on top, the angle on top. Let's go sine 67 degrees over 12, and you can have your units in there, it's no problem. Equals, now I have to have a sine on top and a length on the bottom as well, so I'm going to go sine of C over 13 meters. Okay, so this is the sine law. You can have the length on top, or you can have the angle, the sine of the angle on top. Don't do this though, guys. Don't do this. Don't say, hey, 67 over 12 equals C over 13. Don't do that. It's got to be the sine ratio of, okay? So don't do that. So we'll put that back there, okay? So now, in order to solve for C, I need to get rid of the 13, so I'm going to send that up here, right? Cross multiply. So this is going to be 13 times sine of 67 all over 12 equals sine of C. Okay, well, let's figure out what this is. So I'm going to get my calculator out here. Turn it on. And I'm going to go sine of 67 times 13 divided by 12. 0.99721. Okay, 0.99721. That equals sine of C. Am I done? No, this isn't the angle of C. This is the sine ratio of the angle of C. So who remembers how I solved for C? Not sin minus 1. No. It's sine to the negative 1, or the inverse sine, arc sine, whatever. So, thank you. I know you're being funny. You are funny. But looks aren't everything, so. Well, that was a burn. Did no one catch that? Okay. Yeah, you're supposed to go, ooh. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, forget it. All right, so okay. I'll erase that from the recording, probably. Actually, I won't have time. I probably won't. Okay, so look at this. Sine of negative 1 and sine. That cancels each other out. So I just have C over here, and now I do... And listen, don't retype this answer. Don't retype the answer. Use your calculator skills. Go second function sine, and then plug in the answer. You should have an answer button. Okay, so that'll copy the whole thing. It'll give you a very exact answer. So this is 85.7. Now, does it say to the nearest whatever? Okay, I don't know. It does it? It does? To the nearest? Oh, it does somewhere else? Okay, so the nearest degree. So let's go 86 then, right? 85.7 to the nearest degree is 86 degrees. So now that's solving for one part. That's the C. We've got the C. So we need to do 2 more things, and I will kind of erase what I have here so far. I'll fill in 86 right here. Now I can solve for A really quickly, can I? Angle A equals 180 minus 86 minus 67. Is this making sense? You asked about this one. Is this going good so far? Okay. So what's this? Let's see. 180 minus 86 minus 67. Oh, it's 27. So angle A is 27. Awesome. Angle A. And you don't have to put it on the diagram if you don't want to, obviously. But so we're getting close. We have one more side left to solve for, right? So angle A is 27. And I'm going to use the sine law again. It's not a right triangle. So we can't use, you can't use opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent, all that stuff. You can't do that. But you can use sine law, not the trig functions, but the sine law. So, again, you can pick whatever you want. You can go, I'm going to solve for the side. So this is going to be little a, right? Little a. So I'm going to go little a over sine of what? What goes here? Shout it out. Louder. What angle am I going to put down here? 27, 86, or 67? Which one? 27, thank you, because it's opposite of A. Very good. Equals, now I can pick either one of the other pairs. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. So I'm going to go 12 over sine 67. Okay? So now you just have, you have equation, you have one unknown. You can solve for that, no problem. I'm going to cross multiply here. So little a is going to be 12 times sine of 27 divided by sine 67. Okay, so we do this quickly on the calculator. It looks like A equals 5.9. And what are the units there? Looks like, what? Meters, right? Meters. So there are your three answers right here. Those are the rest of them, and plus the ones that are given. So on your homework, just give me the ones that are unknown. I'll see, just give me the ones that are unknown. So that's A. That's A, right? So you guys hopefully now can do B, C, and D, right? Okay? Any other questions about number 4?